Hey, it's Phil Ratcliffe with Rebel Financial, and thanks for tuning in to another one of our live broadcasts. Today we have Paul Hammer here from Handyman Matters. Thanks so much for being here, Paul.
Thanks, Phil.
We've had lots of contact. I've known Paul for multiple years now, primarily through BNI, but he's done work for me, and I love how involved they are online and social media, kind of after our own hearts, so we get to see a lot of your projects. So let's kind of dig right in. Paul, so what's a handyman, and how is that different from like contractors and other construction?
The main difference for us is we're a service company first.
Mm-hmm.
Construction would be second. So for us, I mean, the scheduling and our office staff, our guys showing up on time, calling the night before, doing all those extra things, putting down drop cloths, putting on booties. That's the main thing. And then also, with a handyman, we're also sending a multi-trade professional.
Mm-hmm.
So on their truck or van, they've got tools for drywall, painting, light plumbing, electric, things like that. So you can hire one person to tackle all of those instead of a specified trade. And obviously, if we get into something where a specialized trade's needed, then we have referrals and subs that we can set up.
That's awesome, because you think about it, and I subscribe to all the government emails and stuff like that, and I always get something from the Attorney General just talking about litigation on contractors and stuff. And you're right, they're not service industries.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome. I love the future of like how we're being more social, and you have like an online reputation. And if you like really want that to be good and you do good service, then it's beyond like getting in trouble with like some kind of authority figure. It's like you do good work, other people can look up what other people said about you, and you have a lot more confidence that you're hiring somebody good. So
I mean, social media and all of that has definitely changed the level that all of us in the construction services industry has to.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I wanted to get into later, but you're kind of we love reviews, and in our industry we've only been able to do it for 2 years, but you're kind of an inspiration to me, because you've got like all your Facebook and Angie's List and Google reviews and Home Advisor. It's just like tons of them, so that's awesome. So what is the benefit to hiring a company like yours versus you hear all the time, like my wife will come home from work and be like, well, so-and-so who's an RN that works for me, his husband does work on the side. So tell me a little bit about, that difference.
And that's kind of near and dear to my heart. I'm not from, the trades. I'm a horticulturalist by profession, but a business owner, I guess, would be the accurate term right now. And so for me, it's about safety. We're four years in business this month, and safety. We're sending guys into homes, and I mean everybody's seen the different programs where people are, they've been scammed, right?
Sure.
And so in the 4 years, I've experienced a lot, and we've dealt with all that. We've spent all the time to cycle through all that, and our guys are safe. Every one of them's background checked and drug screened. We know them. They work for us full time. They're W-2 employees.
It's like you can trust the brand rather than it's just so-and-so's brother-in-law.
If somebody calls Handyman Matters, we've got somebody that, our guys are skilled and different. We've got a big board up, so our customer service can schedule the guy that best fits that list of projects. So a lot of times, if you just call somebody's friend of a friend, they might need money, and they might just try to get it done, try to figure out how to do it. It goes wrong, they disappear. I mean, every week I'm talking with people that, I hired somebody, and, gave them money, and
that's like the number one rule. If you've ever had any, don't pay them up front.
But they leave tools. They leave all their tools. They just disappear. And so there's people that get fearful, and but that's what we take that burden on. At this point in 4 years, where we've grown to, that's something that. We don't have those issues anymore. Our team is awesome. They're really all...
The safety, quality, and even if, you had a problem with an employee, you're going to send another one on yourself to fix it, right? So like, there's somebody that stands behind.
Yeah, I mean, we're large enough. We've got 10 full-time craftsmen in the field in our office, and we're a national franchise. But so our office, we have a supervisor, project manager, so you know, when things go wrong, we deal with it, and hopefully the customer never even knows.
Yeah.
We talk in production. We have safety meetings. We have, you know, we talk about quality control and things like that. So when you think of a handyman, you know, your neighbor comes over, does a few things, but you know, save your friends. And
so you don't have to get mad at them when they don't do it as good as you wanted it.
Call a professional company that's going to stand behind it.
Cool. Preserve relationships.
Yeah.
So what all kinds of work can you do? I think you mentioned a little bit, but maybe expand a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we do across the trades. So a lot of carpentry work, drywall work, painting. You know, we'll get into some light remodeling. You know, the light, plumbing, and electric, change the faucet or that sort of thing, and tile work, exterior carpentry. We do this time of year. Everyone's getting out and starting to rake and do their gardening and everything. They're seeing you know, a broken fence post or something. We can put in a new fence post, and you know, the fence is leaning over into your neighbor's yard, and we can take care of that. And so just, I mean, we do a 2-hour minimum. So
I mean, you helped me renovate my basement.
Yeah.
Or finish it out.
Yeah.
And then actually some of the pictures that we'll get into in a little bit, I was looking at some of the deck stuff that you did was awesome as well too.
Yeah,
So
we redo decks. I mean, the one picture I was showing you was, you know, we took out the '90s stair railing and put in the wrought iron and, you know, the dark stain big posts, and
yeah,
you know, we got a couple guys that are really good at that kind of work. And
cool, awesome. So kind of getting into maybe giving some people some ideas of projects that you've done in the past, you know, that were cool or, you know, that people wouldn't think of or what. So maybe go over some of those and give our viewers some ideas.
you changed that question up on me a little bit, but the
curveballs.
Yeah, I mean, an innovative product, or I mean, you know, we get reviews a lot. This kind of answers your question. I mean, we get reviews a lot about how our guys are always thinking for the best solution. Both, it could be cost related, it could be performance related. You know, we've got a lot of products that we sell that, you know, are innovative. You know, technology on products have changed a lot. So, you know, there's you know, we're a dealer of window inserts. That's an innovative product. It's out of Portland, Oregon. It's an acrylic insert that goes in from the inside. It's laser measured, 6-point laser. Every one of them's, you know, custom, and that's for the old homes like in German Village, Bexley, and some of those where they have to keep the wooden windows, the single pane. So, you know, we're making it more comfortable for people in their home, so they don't feel like cold air. You know, all the heat getting sucked out the window.
So you get some of the new technology of like energy savings or what's so, but still match or conform to the historical rules or what's so. Or if you just like the older windows and you like the aesthetic, it's like, why can't you have both?
Glass in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta keep that. So
cool. And then, you know, some things that I personally done I think about too is like, you know, a lot of people's like attics are not usable, you know, because it's just insulation. Why can't you put a floor up there and then you have storage up there and you free up more space in your house to be able to use? Or I saw where you did a couple like almost like extensions from people's like roofs to where they actually had a porch or something where you don't get rained on or kids can keep their shoes out there and messing up your house or something. So that's cool. So what are some ideas for like budget conscious people, so to say, well, I just can't afford to hire contractors or whatever the case. I mean, there's ways to do things like in stages, or, you know, I know sometimes, you know, contractors have downtime if you would just time yours to when other people's workloads are light. I don't know, but you know, what are some ideas for people, because obviously they probably need work done too.
Certainly. Yeah, it's I mean, it's expensive to keep up a home, you know, particularly the bigger the home, the more expensive it is. And, you know, there's different ways. I mean, we do the winter savings program, so larger projects will give % off labor in the winter time. And I think a lot of contractors do that. So off-season things are always a way to save. You know, our company, there's certain materials that we always want to provide because we're providing a professional material that you can't buy, you know, as a consumer. But the things that consumers can buy, they can go and buy them themselves, and so they can search and find some deals and pick exactly what they want. So they can have those materials ready when our guys get there, and
or sometimes there's bargain stuff or whatever that you wouldn't want to put there because something was a little bit wrong with it, but somebody that's more bargain might say, well, I'll take 60% off if it's just chipped or this or that.
On the corner.
Or whatever the case.
Certainly. So I mean, there's opportunities there to save, and then the best thing when our customers call, it's best if they have a list and prioritize it.
Sure.
Our craftsmen could spend a little bit of time saying, it's going to be in the range of a few $1,000s, or this might be a couple $100s, and they can help a customer prioritize, budget, where to spend the money and what's a critical thing to fix or not.
Sure.
But
like you said, it's there's just a cost of coming out, right? So if they get multiple things in a row, then that's going to save them instead of calling somebody out or you out 3 times a year. Get a big long list and do it once. And knock it all out in a couple days instead of 3 half days or something like that.
And even, we have a 2-hour minimum, so we even have to talk with our customers that call in that might have a 20-minute job. Changing a light bulb in a high ceiling or something. So we also have to speak with them and tell them that our guys are multi-skilled, so they can caulk your bathtub so make a list, and the best way to use our service on small stuff, like true handyman things, is to have a list and hire them for 2 hours, because they already have to show up, they have to haul their tools in, set up clean, so they might have to go, procure materials, they might have to go shopping.
Yeah.
And so,
make a honeydew list for you, right?
Well, you're going to pay them to go shopping, so you might as well spend an extra 5 minutes at the store and grab a couple other things.
Sure.
And come back and get them all done at once.
Yeah, cool. So let's screen share right now. So Jonathan, let's put it up here. And you guys have got a great website. If you just Google, I think you guys have done a good job. I just had to Google Handyman Matters, Columbus, and you're like, all this stuff comes up for you. So you can pretty much, if you're searching out there, you can find all this stuff. So this is their main website, and you can go through and see who works for them and some of their work, and they've got pictures on the website or whatso. But I think where you were saying a lot of the best pictures are Facebook, because Facebook just makes it so easy to post pictures and videos when you're on site and everything like that.
Yeah.
But here, let me go back to that staircase when you were talking about right here. There it is.
So that's what I was talking about. We put in big posts. That was like a 90s light golden oak stain with white spindles, and you can see it now. It looks... That's
awesome. Yeah, that pops out with that white trim and the beige right there as well too. And then I really liked... Let's see. Oh, that's a good example of something that's just like, I bet a lot of people have messed up stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then where you just made it look almost brand new right there.
It's a New Albany house, and I think a lot of people in New Albany know they get a lot of wood rot over there and different things. So they have to have wood windows there, so they take a lot of maintenance. And
well, it's just like, sometimes people just don't take care. If you kept it painted or what's up, really couldn't get it out.
Just simple. Having a guy over for a day to do some work.
I bet that doesn't even show how much damage is really there, because it probably got up underneath there
and that's too. It's hard to find people to fix that and fix it right. That really is our wheelhouse.
I really like that, because look at that. How many people have decks like that, and you try to stain it and keep it up, but after a certain time, there's weaknesses in the wood.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, and look at that. That's awesome looking. It's like a totally different deck, but all you did is
just resurface it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then putting up safety railing. I would imagine, especially as somebody, I was just talking to another one of my clients, they were talking about renting their condo and buying something else, and I'm just like, man, you're going to need to go through and think about the things to make sure that the railings are where they're supposed to, the right height, the handrails, etc. Because I know someone personally that got sued over that, because it was like a college kid that was drunk. There was one, but it was just a little too short, and they flipped over it.
Those are the stories, where you hire a professional company that's got supervisors that
it's not just about building something; it's like building it right.
Yeah, for sure.
So look at that. That's probably a pretty easy fix to pressure wash that and grouted out or something?
You can actually see there.
Yeah.
Sunk.
There was a hump.
It was sinking where they were driving, so we pulled the bricks out and we put in new sand and leveled it out.
That looks brand new.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then obviously it looks like somebody partially finished this.
Well, that was before, but we'd already started, but that's the before picture. And then the finished picture.
And then there are a couple other ones I wanted to see. Oh, look at that. Jeez, these. That's like a rotted out and stuff.
Yeah. All new. So.
That looks awesome though. Because I mean like it's still the exact same design.
Yeah.
As well too. Well, cool. And then the other thing I really pointed out, that you guys really do a good job with all the reviews, you know, that you have. There's 35 here on Home Advisor. You know, on Google you had 32. Yelp, 2, but Yelp's more for food anyways. Angie's List, you've got a ton as well too. I mean, I'm signed in here, 107, right? That's awesome. I had to sign. You have to sign in, but at least Angie's List lets you be a member now for free.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you can see those, and then Facebook's even got reviews and stuff now. So
yeah,
you guys do a great job on that. Well, is there anything you'd like to leave our viewers with? You know, about your company, about doing projects, about.
Yeah, I mean the best thing is we have full-time customer service reps, so two Ariana and Rachel are in our office.
Mm-hmm.
They answer the phone 7:30 to 5 Monday through Friday. We have 24-hour live answering service after that.
Wow,
but just call in. They can work with customers about their projects, and we have through BNI and different things. We have a large referral network, some other professional companies, and when something's not right for us, we try to always have a company we can refer to. So we want to be the home ally is what we call it. Somebody, we have some customers that when something's wrong with their house, they call Handyman Matters, and we can either fix it or we'll send somebody. But
to provide a solution, not just doing construction work.
Yeah. I mean, we're a service company. I mean, that comes first. The one picture there, I can see the drop cloth down. I mean, that's what comes up on all of our cleanliness. Something about clean is almost on every review, on time.
The project gets done, and then your life's back without a bunch of mess.
And we keep track of estimates in our office. If the guys forget about it, we're reminding them, but that estimate gets sent.
Yeah.
And that's the number I hear all the time. I had 3 people out, and I got 1 estimate, or I didn't get any estimate.
Wow.
Or I had 3 appointments and nobody showed up.
Time to come out there.
It's like step 1, show up. So. Yeah, it's
more and more trouble these days. Well, thanks so much, Paul, for coming out and explaining to everybody what you do. You do good work, and it's nice to know that there's something for regular people to just call and get things done, even if you think it's small. You could do big to small, and so just call. And if it's something that you need to refer, like you said, you can refer.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you guys for spending part of your day with us again. We very much appreciate it. We hope you got some value out of this. Join us next week. We got Thomas Green coming in from Green Solutions to talk about some energy efficiency and programs that you can do to improve your home. Maybe get something back from the utility companies, because God knows they take enough out of us. And then we got to that Michelle Homfin coming in from Thompson Building Associates, talk us about if something bad happens and you've got to water remediate or mold or what. So it's an interesting thing to know about beforehand, rather than just freaking out when something bad happens to you. So again, some great things. It's beautiful out there today. I wish spring would stick around, but it's probably not going to. So anyways, you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy what you can. Join us next week. Thank you.